Welcome back to Babin's Bees. So we're doing an inspection today, and in this hive for the last 2 weeks we had swarm cells, and of course we didn't want this hive to swarm, nor did we want to split this hive. We really wanted to have the population grow up high so that when the nectar flow was peaking, we'd have a really big population. And of course the reason for that is so that you get more honey. So here we are, the third time going in there and to see if there's any swarm cells. Our strategy was open up the hive, give the bees more room, let them know that there's lots of space for them to grow. If your hive's too tight, then it may incline them to start to swarm or to want to swarm. So, and again, we didn't want that. So here we are, it's the third time we've come back, we've done some management on the hive, opened them up some, and we want to take a peek and see what we're looking at. So here's one of the bars that we would have put in about 4 days ago. And you can see that in 4 days, they've taken advantage of that empty bar and they've made some nice wax here. And when we take a look, we can actually see some eggs. So we'll come a bit closer to the camera and we'll see if we can see some egg in there. And what you're looking for is what looks like a small grain of rice. Hard to see, it's new wax, so it's fairly light in color, which makes it a little bit harder to see. But it's a great sign to be able to see that egg. Another thing to look for when you have a hive that is inclined to swarm is that the queen slows down her laying. So you see less and less egg. And what you notice in the cells is that they're filling it with nectar. So in a sense, there's no place for that queen to lay, which is problematic, makes them want to leave. So by opening it up, giving them some empty bars, create that new wax, gives her a place to lay, and then you really, hopefully slow down that desire to swarm. Something else that we notice in this hive as well is that we're seeing lots of cat brood now, which is really good. And let's just see if this is one of the bars. Just gonna move some of the bees out of the way. And so more important, well, obviously you want to see the cat brood, which is what we're seeing here. But more importantly, what is the queen doing after the bees have hatched out? What about the empty cells? Are there egg, are there larvae, or is it nectar? And you want to be able to see egg and you want to be able to see larvae. And actually we are in this area. Not sure if the camera can pick it up. We'll take a quick peek and see. I'll move some of the bees out of the way. Might be a little bit difficult to see, but we are seeing egg and we are seeing larvae. And more importantly is we saw no more queen cells, which is really good. So again, in the last 2 videos, if you had a chance to watch, you would have noticed kind of that peanut in the shell looking cell packed with royal jelly. Of course, we know that the queen had laid an egg and that there was a larva growing in there. It wasn't capped, but it was a sure sign of, they're going to swarm. Those are all gone now. So if you've been in the same position as we were, seeing the signs of swarming, meaning less egg, more nectar in those cells, seeing that they're too crammed, there's not enough room for the queen to lay, start to open it up. Start to give them some empty bars so that they have a place to make that wax in the hopes that it stops them from swarming. And again, the overall goal is that you want peak population in that hive of bees so that when your peak nectar flow happens, you've got a lot of bees out foraging, bringing back that nectar, and you'll get a really high honey yield, which of course is what you're looking for as a beekeeper. So thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. Hope this helps you on your beekeeping journey, and we'll see you in the next video.